Good morning, my brothers and sisters. A day here is better than anywhere. Where is that? Psalm 84 tells us. Verse 1, how lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord of hosts. My soul longs, yes, faints, for the courts of God. My heart and my flesh sing for joy to the living God. Even the sparrow finds a home, and the swallow a nest for herself, where she may lay her young at your altars, O Lord of hosts, my King and my God. Blessed are those who dwell in your house, ever singing your praise. Blessed are those whose strength is in you, in whose heart are the highways to Zion. As they go through the valley of Baca, they make it a place of springs. The early rain also covers it with pools. They go from strength to strength. Each one appears before God in Zion. O Lord God of hosts, hear my prayer. Give ear, O God of Jacob. Behold our shield, O God. Look on the face of your anointed. Verse 10, for a day in your courts is better than 1,000 elsewhere. Here's a great verse. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than dwell in the tents of wickedness. For the Lord God is a sun and a shield. The Lord bestows favor and honor. No good thing does he withhold from those who walk uprightly. O Lord of hosts, blessed is the one who trusts in you. So let's talk about kind of 3 Ps today: the place, the person, and the passion that this person has for the Lord. So this place is this house of God, the presence of God. And the psalm kind of asks us, do we have the same fondness for the presence in this particular place? Now, ultimately, the psalm is looking for the person of God. I'm trusting in you. I'm seeking you. Even the sparrow finds a home in your spiritual place. A day in your courts is better than 1,000 elsewhere. Better than a day at Cedar Point, better than your birthday, better than a day at Disney, better than 1,000 Christmas mornings. I'd rather be the least person in the presence of you than anywhere else. And what about the people along with you? So here's a teaching point. If you really want to do what this psalm cries out for, which is to dwell in the house of the Lord, dwell with the person of the Lord, well, then you probably should have a heart for the house and also for the heart for the others that he's invited into that house. So the heart that seeks the courts of God, and by extension seeks the presence of God himself, also seeks the other knuckleheads that he's invited into those courts. So there should be no relative daylight between the pursuit of the place of God and, by extension, the person of God, and by extension, the pursuit of the people of the family of God. And how do we do that? In fellowship and service. Let me just talk about service just for a second. So service in the house of God. Where do you serve? Should have an answer for that question. So do we need doorkeepers in the house of the Lord? Absolutely. Anywhere. Make a difference. A couple of criteria about service. It should be inconvenient, exhausting, and expensive in some way. It should cost you something. So here's a pro tip for those of you that don't yet serve in the church, which is go serve in the most unglamorous job that you can find in the church. And what will happen is the good people that are there that are already serving will show you how to serve with gladness. So a prayer for us is to make our heart bigger for the house of the Lord, and secondarily for others of his family that are similarly seeking the house of the Lord, and evangelically also seeking those future dwellers of the house of the Lord. All right, so passion. The psalmist here has this great passion. He says, even the sparrow and the swallow find a home at your altar. That is seeking you. Passion for the house of the Lord, the courts and your altar. So it's not a metaphor, and it is a metaphor. It's not bad to love your church, and it's also not bad to love the person of God who dwells there, who is worshiped there. So this passion that the author, the psalmist have, is the sons of Korah, who actually wrote the psalm, is finding the presence of the Lord. The Lord is a sun and a shield. The Lord bestows favor and honor. All right, I'm going to conclude today by reading the psalm, or reading parts of the psalm one more time, and I'm going to edit just a little bit so I can to just repeat some of the things that I think are highlights. Verse 1, how lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord of hosts. My soul longs, yes, faints for the courts of the Lord. Even the sparrow finds a home at your altars, O Lord of hosts. Blessed are those who dwell in your house, ever singing your praise. Blessed are those whose strength is in you, in whose heart are the highways to Zion. Then verse 10, for a day in your courts is better than 1,000 elsewhere. I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than dwell in the tents of wickedness. And then finally, verse 12, O Lord of hosts, blessed is the one who trusts in you. So today, in Psalm 84, we find a day here in the courts of God is better than anywhere. Thanks for listening.